Preview. Preview.
Hey kids, it's your boy, Sammy T. The T stands for tough. You might know me by the name of Samson, the baddest luchador to ever make his way through Israel. Now my story starts way back. From the time that I was just in my mama's belly, she made a promise to God. And she said, Lord, if you'll give me this child, I'm gonna make sure that a razor never touches his head. And I'm gonna make sure he never touches anything that's dead. And I'm gonna make sure that he never drinks, some of that purple stuff. So I grew up like that. My hair grew out all crazy. I didn't touch dead things, and I didn't drink that purple stuff. Before long, I realized I was strong, I was tough, and I got the name Sammy T. T stands for tough. You know what? Let's all flex our muscles right now. I want you to grab your stress ball that came in with your bags. Turn to your parents. Take that stress ball in your hand, and I want you to squeeze and flex and show your muscles. Now that that's over, let me tell you my story. So, I did a lot of crazy stuff being the strongest guy around. First thing I did, I found a lion, and I looked at him in his eye. I wasn't scared of him. A lion don't scare Sammy T. T stands for tough. I grabbed that lion by his mouth, and I pulled him apart. Killed him with my bare hands. That's your boy, Sammy T. I came back a little bit later. I was on a walk with my family, and we were so hungry, and I started to hear the buzz of bees. I looked down in that lion's dead body, and I saw a beehive with honey dripping out. I looked at my family, I said, are you folks as hungry as I am? They said, yeah, we're hungry, Sammy T. T stands for tough. I reached down and I took honey out of that lion's belly, and it started dripping down my beard, and I gave it to my family. The only problem is I forgot one thing. I broke a promise to God. I touched something that was dead. I checked my muscles. Okay, they're still there. I must be okay with God. A little bit later, I'm invited to a party. They had a wedding, and I gotta be honest with you, there was some of that purple stuff. And I saw everybody else drinking it, and it looked real good, and I figured, well, when I touched the dead lion, I didn't lose my muscles. Maybe I can get away with breaking another promise. So I said, bottoms up, and I drank that purple stuff. I checked my muscles. Am I okay? Hey, I'm still strong. I still got it. I must be all right. Turns out, it seems like I can break a promise to God and still have my strength. I keep on going. I put a city gate on my back and carried it away from the bad guys' territory. I caught a bunch of foxes by their tails. I tied them together. I set them on fire, and I sent them through the land of the bad guys. Burned up all their corn, popcorn everywhere. Last, I was surrounded by the enemy. I didn't know what to do, bad guys everywhere. They surrounded me on the mountaintop. All I could find was the jawbone of a donkey. I found it, grabbed it, and I started beating the fire out of everybody there. I whooped them in the north. I whooped them in the south. I whooped them in the east. I put an old-fashioned whooping on them. Only problem is, I touched something else that was dead. Sammy T. T's for tough. Get it right. I keep breaking promises, after promises. But I checked my muscles. Okay, everything's all right. I must be all right with God, because I still have my strength. Finally, the day came when I met the love of my life, or so I thought. You see, she was a soft-spoken girl by the name of Delilah. And when I first heard her name, I said, sounds like delight. I started hanging out with her. And I didn't know the whole time that the bad guys had sent her to find out why I was so strong. Well, before long, we got real close. And I thought I loved her. And she started asking me these questions. She says, Sammy T, T's for tough. Where is all of your strength? And I said, girl, come on, you're looking at it. It's in these guns here. She said, no, Sammy T, T's for tough. Tell me where your strength really is. Tell me what would have to happen for you to be like everybody else. Well, I thought that was a strange question. And so I told her a fib the first time. I said, if you bind me up with new ropes, I'll be like everybody else. I fell asleep and I woke up, guess what? Tied with ropes. I broke free. I whooped up on the bad guys some more. I checked my muscles. I'm okay. I'm okay. She came back to me. She said, Sammy T, T's for tough. She said, why are you lying to me? Tell me where your strength is. Tell me, how can you be like everybody else? I lied to her again. She did it again. The last time she came to me, she's crying. I hate to see her cry. And she says, Sammy T, T's for tough. Why are you lying to me? Please tell me. If you love me, tell me. How are you so strong? How can I make you like everybody else? And finally, I told her the truth. I told her, if you shave my hair, because I realized out of all the promises that I had broken between me and God, this was the only one I had left. I said, if you shave my head, I'll be like every other man. What I didn't realize was it wasn't just me shaving my head. It was everything that was slowly making me like everybody else. When I drank that purple drink, when I touched the dead body of the lion, when I picked up the jawbone of the donkey, every time I became a little more like everybody else. This was just the final straw. I went to sleep. I laid my head down in Delilah's lap. And that same familiar voice called me out of my sleep. Samson, Samson, the bad guys are upon you. I jumped up. And did you know I didn't even realize that my strength was gone? I woke up and I was like every other man. I tried to fight, but I couldn't do it anymore. I tried to get free, but I couldn't. You see, I had broken my last promise to God, and now my strength was gone. The bad guys took me as a prisoner. They made fun of me. They showed me in front of all of their friends, said, look at him now. How strong is he now? They led me, and I saw all the people pointing and laughing at me, and I couldn't do anything about it because my strength was already gone. They led me down to this area, and they said, you're gonna work here. And they put me grinding meal all the day long. And I made bread for the bad guys. And people would stop by every once in a while and make fun of old Sammy T. T stands for tough. But the problem is, I wasn't tough anymore. The enemy had me. I'm a nobody now. I'm a nobody. And finally the mask came off, and they could see the real me. I'm weak, and I don't know why. Slowly but surely, I started grinding that meal, and before long, my hair started growing back. But you see, there's more to it than just my hair. I had lost my relationship with God. And while I'm grinding, it just gives me time to think about the promises I broke. It gives me time to think about all the places I had gone and the things I had done that I shouldn't have. One day, the bad guys came for me. They led me up a hill to this big castle. And they got everybody there, all the bad guys. And they want to make fun of old Sammy T. This young little boy had to lead me up because I was so weak. And I asked him, let me lean on this wall and on this wall. He led me, and I felt my hands on the walls. And while I was there, and I heard everybody laughing and everybody talking about what I used to be, I could have gotten angry, but that wouldn't get me right with God. And as angry as I ever became, it never made me stronger. But I decided I'm gonna pray. Maybe it's not too late for old Sammy T. And so I started praying, and I said, God, I want my strength back. You see what they've done to me. God, I'm sorry. I said, Lord, avenge me of all they've done. And I leaned on this wall, and I leaned on this wall, and I felt something come over me. I felt my strength again, and I pushed with all my might, and the walls fell down, and I pushed the whole building down.
Wow. Did you niños see that? Sammy T took that building down. Oh my goodness. Hola niños and niñas. It's me, your favorite luchador, Señor Guacamole. Can you say that with me? Señor Guacamole. Now, today, I'm going to teach you your memory verse, and it's going to be a fun one, so please pay attention. Now, I'm not going to need this one today, but we will learn this together. Are you ready, niños? Are you ready, niñas? Let's learn. The Lord is my strength, and my shield, a shield. My heart, your heart, my corazón, your heart, trusted in him, and I am helped. Psalms 28:7. Let's try that again, niños and niñas. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Psalms 28:7. Do you have it memorized? I hope so, because here comes the eraser. Oh man, Señor Guacamole, did you just really do that? I sure did, niños. Guess what? Adios, eraser. Let's try it again. Are you ready? Say it with me. The Lord is my strength and my, what's this one? Shield. Good job. My heart trusted, in him, And I am, last word, helped. Good job. Now, where do we find this, niños? Psalms 28:7. Wow, you guys are wonderful. You know what? Next Saturday, when your bus captains come out and visit you, please tell them that memory verse. Tell them that Señor Guacamole taught you that memory verse, and they will give you a special prize. I look forward to maybe seeing you next week.
Thank you, Senor Guacamole. I really like your style. You're way cooler than that other Omar guy. Kids, look, now that I'm the new Sammy T, and I'm thinking back over my life, I learned a lesson. And that's exactly what Senor Guacamole was talking to us about. In Psalm 28, verse 7, I finally understand this now. The Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusted in him, and I am helped. Therefore my heart greatly rejoiceth, and with my song I will praise him. You see, I didn't deserve mercy. I didn't deserve to be forgiven. And really, if anybody should have been given up on, it was old Sammy T. But what I learned is where my strength really comes from. My strength is not in these muscles. My strength is not in riches. It's not in people. My strength is in the Lord. And so, what I want to tell you is, when you make a mistake, whenever you violate, you break a promise to God, I want you to know that it's never too late for God to bring you back. All you have to do is just like me. Don't get angry. Just pray. And by the way, your boy Sammy T, now, the T stands for thankful. I wonder, would you pray with me? Lord, I've done my best to tell my story. And I pray that every child that hears this and every parent that hears this understands that we try, but sometimes we make mistakes. We try, but sometimes we break promises. And Lord, I pray that you remind every person that hears this that even whenever the bad guys seem like they're winning, it's never too late. Help us all to know where our strength really comes from. It's from you. Bless us all in Jesus' name. Be sure to join us next week. I'm going to have another crazy story to tell you.